Hello, everybody. Come on in and say hi. I know a lot of people are watching football today. Some people are coming over and getting readings. It's all good. Woo, we've got tons of water going as it's actually warm in Oregon today, which is crazy considering it was 20 degrees last week, but we'll take it. Hi, Roxanne. Thank you for moderating today. If you're just coming in, hello, my name is Julie. I'm a psychic medium. There are days I come on here and do free readings, so I do that for followers. So if you're not following me, oh, Roxanne, you're gorgeous. You can double click here and follow. I just came on yesterday around 2:30 and gave a reading, and you're welcome to watch that on the feed to see how I do readings and how this works for me. But once I connect with your energy, I'll start to see, hear, and feel things that your loved ones want me to tell you. Hi, Laz. Is it Laz? L-A-Z? And I think Trish is first on the list, just to let my moderators know. And I'm going to see if she pops on here. And then I have 4 more openings after that. But if you guys are just coming in, say hi. Hi, Yolanda. Let me know where you guys are from and how's everybody doing? Do you guys make it through the full moon? Naturally natured, so good to see you. I love the, is it a daisy or sunshine flower? Hi, Trish. There she is. I was just going to share it with you. Hi, Bailey. Bailey, Bo Bailey, Fanana, Fana, Fo Bailey. This is so exciting. Where is that, Yolanda? Corpus? I always tell people I'm dyslexic with my pronunciations, like my hooked on phonics. Yeah, it's a little bit challenging. But I think I'm going to get into it and start doing, taxes. There you go. How have you guys been doing with your weather? My goodness. Is that true? The big things that when it's hailing? I know I lived in Nebraska and we used to have like golf ball size hail come down and it would just break windows. It was so scary. Like people are like, you can go outside. I'm like, no, you're going to get hit in the head. So we'd always like run inside and then it would just only last like not even 20 minutes and then we go outside again. But thanks for joining, you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. I know this last full moon, little things going on with our planet right now can be kind of challenging. That's why I like to come on here and do these readings for people. It tends to uplift the group. Hi, Linda. So I have Linda and Roxanne as a moderator, although I didn't see, let me see Roxanne's name. Oh, yep, it's got the little sign there. And I do want to soon have a moderator party. I was really good about that. Last year we did a Zoom moderator party to thank everybody, and I just haven't gotten on it this year. I think because of all the weather changes and our little doggy Nolan, who thank you for all those who helped out with that and sent good vibes. He is on the mend and we're getting closer to finding out what's going on with him. So I appreciate you guys. I am starting to get that kind of fuzzy sense. So I know I have someone coming in. So right now I'm going to go ahead and start Trisha's reading. You're welcome to sit back and relax. Just do me a favor. When I give somebody a reading, it's like I'm having a conversation with them. And it would be like any comments you have, it would be like you're talking while we're having a conversation. So I used to be a preschool teacher. So at this time I always say, sit crisscross applesauce and have good manners. And please hold your comments. What's great about doing spiritual readings is they will have postcard messages. So you'll be like, no, that's my grandmother's name, or that happened to me. Please hold that comment. I promise the readings won't take the whole day. I do them in a pretty timely manner, and then I take a break and then you can comment. Does that make sense to everybody? But at the same time, thank you guys for being here, and sit back and relax. Whether you're receiving a reading or you're just watching the readings today, my prayer for you, or my hope, my intention is that this will uplift people that are receiving a reading or just watching and bring you some hope today, okay? So thank you. So Trish, without further ado, are you in here? And Linda, thanks for sharing the live. And if you're not following my moderators, please do. They're they're the best moderators in the world, just very genuinely good people. Okay, Trish. Okay, hold on. And go ahead. It's like I have to spit out my mint gum that I use ahead of time. Okay, let me see. So Nana, Uncle, and yes, you're ready. Okay. So we have two different kinds of readings. There's 25. Those are like a 10-minute reading, and then I pull cards for you. And then there's a 50-minute reading or $50 reading that's 25 minutes, a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hone in on who's coming in first for you. Hold on one second, Trish. They keep saying somebody's name is like Patty or Patricia. Your name is Trish, but are you a Patricia, or is it just Trish? That's the first thing I'm hearing. And I don't know if you've ever heard this song. Yes, it's Patricia, or yes, it's Trish. Patricia. Okay, good. I like to have that confirmation. And I really am being pulled to the month of July being someone's birthday and or day of passing. Does that make sense to you? They'll be talking about themselves or someone here. Hold on one second. Say it again. Go back to the thing. Do you know there's a song by Taylor Swift, and she wrote it for her grandmother, and it's like, what died didn't stay dead, what died didn't stay dead, look around. I just keep hearing that. I think her name is Margaret. So do you have a Margaret here or crossed over? Your daughter, July. Okay. I just heard poor girl. Is your daughter the only girl in the family, or the rest boys? And is she the youngest? Okay, that's okay. Look up, if they tell me a song, look that up. It's just look up Taylor Swift wrote song for grandma. I keep hearing that. And one thing about Taylor Swift's grandmother is she was kind of like a legend, and Taylor really looked up to her. So I'm hearing that song for a reason. And I'm going to go back to, is your daughter the only girl? She's the middle. I have 2 boys and 2 girls. Okay. Say it again. Is the baby of the family a girl as well? Because I just heard baby girl. Yes. Okay. Thank you. That's why I was like, I'm confused. Why is that? Okay. Thank you. Ahead of time. And can I ask you okay, which one wants to talk first? So your Nana, I feel like there's something about a legacy or a legend or spiritual welfare. It makes me feel like there's a lot that you, how do I want to say, like look up to her. I think that's why I'm hearing that song that Taylor Swift sang for her Nana. Like somebody that you look up to. Hold on one second. Did you not make it in time of her passing or something like that? That's another thing that I'm hearing. Yes. Okay. Thank you. And then with your uncle, can I ask you, did he smoke? Because I taste smoke in my mouth, and that's usually their way to tell me that someone smoked either here or you couldn't go because you were little. Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry about that. Yes, uncle smoked. There's something also he did. Okay, I don't know if someone had, I'll tell her that in a minute, sir. Thank you. I'm hearing so many things at the same time. I keep seeing a small little thing of red lipstick. So I don't know if you wear red lipstick, if you just ran out of red lipstick. It reminds me of the little sample kind that I used to get from Avon. But I know for sure it's like red lipstick. So is that your signature color or something? And or did you just ran out? I'm wondering why I'm seeing a little bit. It's like a little tiny sample. Remember those from Avon? So I don't know if someone sold Avon or if you're, I always wear red lipstick, bright color. Yes, love red. Okay. But it's a small amount. So I don't know if you're just running out because they showed me a tiny one. So I was wondering if that's what it was or if someone sold Avon. Okay, go back to the thing. With your uncle, did he have lung cancer or a heart attack? You have a lot. Okay, that would be why they're showing me that. And is someone selling their business or something, or closing or redoing A business? No, he didn't. Okay. It hurts in my chest as he comes forward. So is there an impact to the chest? Hold on. Did he get in an accident? There's an impact to the chest. That's one of the things I felt. And then you're expanding your business. Okay, thank you. Because I just heard your business is changing and expanding. Yeah. And your Nana says you have a really good head for business. I keep seeing that. And I keep seeing Las Vegas. So I don't know. Do you live in Las Vegas? Do you have connections in Las Vegas? You just went. Okay, that's why she would be telling me that too. Good job, Nana. Good job. Good job. You went in July. Okay. You just went and then went in July. Okay, perfect. Let me pull back to see anything else. I'm going to start shoveling. I'm going to shovel the cards. I'm so still in our snow mode where I had to shovel the snow. I'm going to shuffle some cards and see what else they have to tell you. With your uncle, did he get in an accident? Anytime I feel dizzy and I'm rolling, it's like someone fell or someone got in an accident. Excuse me, but it hurts in my chest. So this is either heart attack. So the only other time I felt like this is like when someone was shot or an impact to the chest. But every time I pull your uncle through, that's the feeling I get. I feel it just right here. And he's also showing me the 10th of a month, or he's pulling me to the month of October. And this is totally random, but do you have pictures of your uncle with like a mullet or something like that? Makes me feel like, you know what a mullet is? Like how it's short in the front and long in the back. I don't know why I keep seeing that. Does that make sense to you when I say that? Yeah, he had one. Okay, I keep seeing that. But do you know, did he pass away from anything chest related, or was there an accident? Anytime I feel dizzy, like I'm almost having vertigo, someone, that's their way to show me. And if it's not him, then he's pulling me, he's pulling someone else in with him. Yeah, my chest is on fire, so I have to ask you. He didn't get into an accident, anything heart related. Okay, let me go back. The only thing I'm feeling like my chest is on fire, so that's okay. I've got a couple spirits here. I know Nana, and then I have your uncle. The only other time I felt this in a reading, and it wasn't an impact, and it wasn't an accident, and nobody got shot in the chest. It was that somebody, okay, my grandfather passed away from a heart attack, which is his dad, thank you. The only time I felt it this painful is when someone tried to bring somebody back to life. So I don't know if they did that with his dad. Defibrillators, or those what those are called. That's the intensity that I feel, if that makes any sense. That's okay. Just write it down. 95% about what I say in a reading should make sense. And the other part, if you're like, I don't know, just put to the side. They will help you figure it out. Okay? Hold on one second. Say that one more time. Do you know anybody named Lacey, or do you have your grandmother's lace? Okay, and I'm going to start doing the cards to see anything else that they want me to tell you. Hold on one second. And if you guys are wondering which cards I'm pulling today, these are my favorite. They're Talking to Heaven with James Van Praagh. These are absolutely my favorite cards. Okay. Oh, but she made blankets. No, this is like, she's trying to show me a name like, say it again. Like Clarissa, Lacey, Alyssa. It's like that. Your other grandma. Okay, that's just the other grandmother's way of coming through saying, I don't want to be ignored. I'm just popping in. And there is like a Mary or Margaret. I just keep hearing that. Either here or crossed over. Okay, that's okay. And I'm going to start shuffling your cards. Alyssa is my answer. And thank you. Whoa, whoa. A card just flew out. I love that. Oh my gosh. So I don't know if when your uncle passed, if people don't know, and your great grandmother name was Mary. Thank you. That's just everybody's way of coming through. And I do have to say, you have a, say it again one more time. You have a lot of ancestors who are like strong women, like forces to reckon with. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you couldn't have somebody who was like, there, little wife, go sit in a corner and I'll do everything. You're like a take charge person, because that's the energy I see around you, which is why so many women are coming through in your reading. For your uncle, was it a mystery how he passed, or did they say it again, sir? Say it again. Are people, yes, okay, thank you. Or are people wondering if his soul is at peace? Because one of the things that keeps coming up with him that he wants me to let you guys know is he is at rest. And it's so important when I do these readings to let people know, no matter how someone passes away, when they do a life review and they look at their life, they don't remember the last parts of their life. It's like they're just only focusing on the good. So I don't know if people were wondering if it was painless or how long he had been there before he was found, but he is making me feel by this card that it is, his death was painless. That's how he says like that. And did the month of October and the 10th mean something to you when it comes to your uncle again? And your second card is from your Nana, saying that you are never alone, that she's always watching over you. That's okay. I always say just put it to the side if it doesn't make sense. Show me that one more time. Did, okay, thank you. Yep. Okay, show me that one more time. And this is totally random, but did you just get a new bed, or did you guys have a conversation of getting a new bed or a headboard? Felt like it was in one of the girls' rooms. That's how I felt. So I don't know if she's going through the next phase and you're like, that bed, she's outgrowing her bed, but someone's talking about redoing like furniture, but especially I'm being drawn to like a bed frame or a headboard. Does that make sense to you when I say that? It's like you just did it, or there was just conversation about it. We just did last week. Okay, perfect. So that's how they tie up your reading with a bow on it and say, and then talk about the bed, because we just did this last week. Okay, so perfect. This is how they come through. Just know your uncle says that he is at peace. He keeps talking about that. And can I ask you, do you have somebody named Jack? Is it Jack or Jackson here or crossed over? And then your grandmother wants you to know that she's guiding you and that you're never alone. She was a force to reckon with. This woman had so many challenges. That's okay. Just write it down. Jason. It's a J-A name. I know. She doesn't know, you guys. I swear I'm hearing Jack. So it's either here, crossed over, one of the kids has a friend like, unless somebody's from Jackson. And your grandmother's coming through as a force to reckon with, letting you know that you are not alone. She keeps talking about that. She also says, say it again, sweetheart. Yes, that she was a person that would not take no for an answer. And you have that same ability within yourself. So when someone tells you this isn't possible or you can't do that, if you keep having that premonition or that vision in your heart, you're just like, I'm going to do it anyway. Does that make sense to you when I say that? So once you get this dream and this vision in your heart, and other people listen to other people and they're like, they said it can happen, it almost drives you to want to do it. Yes, okay. Just know this is their way of coming through. She's very proud of you. She says you have a good sense for business, and she was saying that, say the other thing that you just said. Yes, that expanding your business was good. I don't know if you saw numbers drop a couple months ago and you were worried about it, but you're like, instead of closing it, we're going to expand it. And she said, good call on that. Does that make sense? She's like, we'll just add another service. We'll just change according to the needs that are out there. That's exactly right. Thank you. And if you see 444 a lot, that means thousands of angels are with you on your life purpose, because as I pull back, I see so many of those around you too. That's exactly what happened. Okay. So when 95% of your reading makes sense, the other 5% put to the side, I still am seeing like, it's like Jackson, Jason, either here or crossed over. And it can be like, that's my son's best friend. It whatever, for whatever reason, it's coming through. So I always just say, just write it down. Thank you so much. And as I pull back, they're like Rocky Road. So I'm like, I don't know if you just made, if you just ate Rocky Road ice cream, if that's somebody's favorite. But I just saw that. Thank you, Trish. I hope this comforted your heart. My goal as a medium is to show valid evidence that once they cross over, they're very much around you in spirit. And it's interesting the things that come through when they do. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, honey. Gosh, when I give people readings and food comes in, now I want to go eat that. Do you know what I mean? So now I'll take a break and say hi to people, see how you guys are doing. Hold on one second. I am going to turn on our fan. It's like 60 degrees. Perfect, Trish. I'm so glad. I'm craving, I don't even eat Rocky Road ice cream. I don't eat ice cream, but it sounds so good right now. Hold on one second. Whew. I gotta turn on a fan, you guys. Our world is so funny. Gosh, we had an ice storm here last week, and now it's 65 degrees and I'm turning on a fan and this close to turning on my air conditioning. Hi, Alina. Excuse me. I always get burps and hiccups when I do readings, and I was just watching this lady the other day, and she's all spirit burp. I'm all, is that what it is? Because it's like maybe I'm talking so fast, I'm swallowing air. I don't know. But if you're just coming in, say hi. I am doing readings, but I also just like to connect with you guys. So just tell me where you're from, what's going on with you today. Feel free to chat. Let's feel like so many of us. Hi, Daniel. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the reading that I did yesterday, but her relatives were coming in. I do free readings, not today. Today's a day where I charge for readings, but if you're following me over here, I just did a free reading yesterday, and I'll be doing some either later on tonight or not tonight. What am I saying? Later on tomorrow. Hi, Blanca from Illinois. Yeah, so I always say make sure that you're following me, because I'll just randomly come on, and there's times where, like one time it's so crazy. My moderator Kim goes to bed at like early, like I think she's 2 hours ahead of me. So if it's 9 for me, it's like 11 for her. She's already asleep. But I just felt like urgency to go on, and it was like 11 my time. So no way was she going to be up. And I didn't bother any of my moderators to moderate, but I just felt anxiousness, like I need to go on right now. And so I did, and I offered a free reading to somebody who had just been mourning her mom. And then right after that, Kim was joining. She's like, I just got anxious energy. I was like, me too. That's why I came on here. So it's so crazy. Where am I located? I'm in Oregon. How about you? Your name is Pokey? That's so cute. I'm in Oregon. I used to be in California, and before that, Nebraska, but now I'm in Oregon. Whew, it is like humid here, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Nanette, is that Pennsylvania? Is that like a cute little small town? So cute. All of the towns that I've lived in have been tiny. No, it's not. Okay. I love living somewhere where you're in a small town, but you can go to a city if you want to for any reason. Dauphin, Pennsylvania, is that small? Because what a lot of you don't know is I was actually born and raised in Nebraska, and my grandparents had, oh, your name is Nanette. I'm sorry, got you. My grandparents had a farm, and we would go there every summer. There were 6 kids in our family. My mom's like, I'm not paying for daycare. You guys are gonna go live with your grandparents like all summer. And it's called Ashton, Nebraska. Look it up. It's so tiny, so backwards, so like, but it was a great place to grow up. And so because of that, I love like small town feels. So I went to school in San Luis Obispo. That's a very tiny town, or it used to be back in the day. But I love that very small town outside of Harrisburg. Yeah. I just like to go in places where you know the owner. Do you know what I mean? Or it's like family run. I love that kind of feeling. So though I'm in Oregon, I never go to Portland, like only if I have or people visiting and they want to know like how that works. Or like what's over there. We have one of the biggest bookstores in the country, I think. It's called Powell's, so I'll take people over there, but the towns where I go are like Beaverton, Hillsboro. They're all tiny. Like you walk in and it's like 5 people in there, mom and pop shop. I love that kind of stuff. Delilah snoring. So the cards I'm using, you guys, to do my readings today are Talk to Heaven. They're from James Van Praagh. There's a couple mediumship books that I love, and any books written by James Van Praagh, Teresa Caputo, Gordon Smith, who's from Scotland. He's one of the most amazing mediums I've ever seen. I had this gift naturally. A couple of you were asking me that on the last live, how I knew I was a psychic medium. I didn't know when I was growing up that I was a medium, because I was born in 1965, and my point of telling you that is we didn't have these shows with like Teresa Caputo and John Edwards, and so I didn't know that I was a medium. But I was about 5 years old, and I was playing in my room, and my grandmother came in and she was trying to talk to me. I didn't know what she was trying to say. She wasn't like moving her mouth. She was just like looking at me. But I felt like she was trying to tell me something. So I went in the kitchen. I got my mom and I was like, Mom, oh, hi, Jen. Grandma's here. She wants to tell me something, but I don't know what it is. And she said, oh, sweetie, don't you remember Grandma lives across town? She's not here. And I was like, well, she's in my room. And my mom came in. She looked around. She says, no, sweetheart, she's not here. You must have been dreaming. But I knew I wasn't dreaming because I was playing with my little dolls. So I knew I wasn't dreaming. So anyway, I was like, my mom's probably right. I went to bed. I woke up the next day. We got a phone call early in the morning letting us know that my grandmother, Julia, had passed away the night before. We just didn't know about it. So my mom was saying, you must have a gift. She must have came and saw you before she said to say goodbye. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. So my mom has yet passed in 2006, but I'm so glad that she came. She was so supportive, because my whole life growing up, all I just felt like was a big weirdo. That's what happened to you too, Jen? Yeah. And from then I would just have like premonitions, and I didn't know, like I said, psychic medium. I never had heard of that word. No one in my family talked about that. My mom was very much on like, she had premonitions. She lived on a farm and they were all Polish and no one left that farm area. If you watched My Big Fat Greek Wedding, like nobody ever left. So when my mom left Ashton, Nebraska to move to Grand Island, Nebraska, my grandparents were like, you're gonna be on drugs, you're gonna see hippies. And my mom's like, oh gosh. So my mom was the first to move out of that town, and then she saw a vision and she's like, we're gonna move to California. I'm like, gosh, you have your support system here, you have 6 kids, one of them is special needs, my older sister Angie. That had to be a lot to take, and why would you leave your comfort of having people watch your kids? But my mom said she had a vision, and she ended up moving to California with all of us, and she started her own house cleaning business. Like, my mom was a go-getter, I'm not gonna lie. She just would say, I'm having a vision of this, I'm having a vision of this. So I grew up with that kind of language. So when I was having a vision, I would say, I had a dream of this, or I had a vision of it, like a daydream that something was going to happen. Do people just come to you? I asked after my grandmother and something that happened to me in one of the houses where we lived when I was in the 4th grade. I kept seeing this little girl and it freaked me out, and I just asked them not to come to me like that. So they don't anymore. I put up boundaries. I know a lot of people, when they're first learning this, they'll have all kinds of spirits come to them. The only thing I can say is when I'm out and about, I don't run up to people when I'm shopping or at a party or something like that and give them a reading. However, there have been a couple times where I have been, like one instance, maybe 5-6 years ago, I was shopping with my eldest child, and we were in this little boutique in Campbell, and I walked in the shop, and I just felt like nauseated, like sick, like I was going to start crying, almost like I was having a panic attack. And when that happens to me and I go in a new place, I know that's not my energy. I know it's belonging to someone else. Hi, Isaac. And I just kind of looked around, and I call it like a water rod. You know how they had those back in the day with the sticks where they show where water is? I'll kind of like scan the room, and I kept looking at the manager feeling like she either just lost her mom or her mom's really sick. She's very upset. So in my head, I said, if I have a spirit here who wants me to talk to her, you need to somehow get her to me, or have somebody, if you guys can take care of that person, thank you. Or you can have somebody come and ask me what I do. So as we're there and we're hanging out, don't inbox anybody, you guys. I don't know who that person is. I don't know if you guys are able to block. Hold on one second. Yep, we're just gonna block them. Thanks. I don't want to do that. Hold on, you guys. This is not letting me. Okay. That's okay. I did it. I know. Thank you, guys. So, hold on. That was weird energy. So, let me go back. Okay. So, I felt the nauseating energy. I felt like I was going to have a panic attack. It's okay, Pokey people. There's the majority of people on here are good, so we'll just like let that go and keep in our good vibes. Thank you, Linda. But one of the things is that when I was in that store and started feeling that way, I don't just go up to somebody and go, excuse me. I let somebody come to me and ask me a question, and that's how I know that spirit and their permission is like, it's going to be okay. So as I was shopping, one of the ladies came up to me and she said, are you okay? And I was like, I'm feeling kind of dizzy actually. So the manager comes over and gives me some water. And she's like, are you feeling okay now? And I said, yeah, I'm feeling okay now. And she goes, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do? Like out of nowhere. And I was like, I'm a psychic medium. And she's like, really? And I said, yeah, I'm a psychic medium. And she said, oh, she goes, this is so, and all her staff looked at her and she looked at me and she goes, I just told them I want to get a reading, but I don't know how to look for a psychic medium. And I just asked my loved ones on the other side, just send somebody in the shop today because I really need to talk to somebody. And I said, yeah, if you don't mind, do you want me to give you a reading? And she said, yeah. So with all the staff around and maybe only 2 other customers in the store, it's a smaller store. I just said, I feel like there's a mother figure here. I keep hearing mother, so either mom's really sick or she already passed. And I just keep feeling like there's something specific about today. And the lady said, my mom passed a year ago today. I was such a basket case when I woke up, but I told my staff and my husband I just got to go into work to stay busy. And then hopefully a psychic just walks in the door. She literally said that out loud. And I said, what's the other funny thing about that is that we weren't going to go to that store. We were going to go to one downtown, but I was telling my daughter, I don't feel like driving downtown. If we just can go locals to someplace else. And that's how we ended up being there in the first place. So I ended up doing a reading for her. Now she's a client of mine. But I would say that's an instant where I was out and I started getting a feeling of somebody needs a reading in here. But I do not run up to people. And I do not have the thing where a friend goes, she's a psychic, let her give you a reading. I don't do that. So, yeah. I don't know if that answered questions for you guys. I know you guys were talking a little bit about other stuff. But does that make sense to you? So that's kind of like how the energy works. And so when I do a reading for somebody, thank you, Ziki, your name is so cute. So when I do readings for people, or I'm starting to do a reading for them, I have a hard time concentrating because it's like they're already starting to talk to me. And so when other people are talking while I'm doing a reading, I'm like, I can't almost hear anything you're saying because I'm plugged into that energy. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. And if you're kind of private on here, just so you know, see, you can screenshot this, and I can do these readings via text, and I do phone readings too. So these aren't the only readings I do. I just come on here from time to time in between my other readings, and it's a fun way to like hang out, lift some spirits. Hi Ash, how are you? So I love doing readings, you guys, on here because it seems like we're developing a community. People come out, even if they're not getting a reading or something like that. Someone was just trying to come in while you were just while I was talking. Like on, oh, you're talking about spirits. Yeah, I don't let the energy come in if I'm just talking with you guys, because we have 30 people in here. When I'm doing when I'm offering a free reading and I'm channeling, then I'll start to kind of like scroll on the comments, and then I'll see who they're trying to get a hold of me for. So that works out well too. Hi Renee, Aussie Medium. Oh my gosh, so Aussie Medium, are you from Australia? Yes, you can ask a question about my gift, and I'm going to do Kendra's reading after your question. Thank you, Kendra. And what's your name? Lepita? Sorry, I'm trying to see. I need glasses, you guys, so if I'm not pronouncing your name right. It's Lepia. I can answer your question before I do Kendra's reading, and thank you guys for being here. Just wondering, spirits reach out and some don't? That's a good question. For me, I think for every psychic, it happens a different way. But for me, it's like whoever needs the message the most, or whoever is in immediate pain, it's like I'll start to get that signal. Does that make sense? And so if I had walked in there and she may have gotten a reading from someone else and her heart was feeling content, I might not have felt that immediate pain. Does that make sense? So I always equate when I do a reading, especially when I do group readings, and I've done that before. Actually, before COVID, I used to do this in person, which I totally loved, and I'm hoping to do that again, to travel and do that again. But when I would do that in a forum setting, same thing. It would be like I would scan the audience, and it's like whoever was in the most pain or anxious or something like that. It reminded me equivalent of an ER. I have a friend who's an ER nurse, and they have to triage. They have to go to like this person first. It's like that. Does that make sense to you? So I think that's where I feel it like the most. But it hasn't happened to me a lot. I used to work in a, you're welcome. Thanks for the question. I used to work in a metaphysical store, and that's how I started to know I'm not as my emotions used to go like this. And then when I started doing readings, I was like, Julie, now you understand. That's not my emotion. Like, I know my emotions now, but if I'm feeling fine and my energy's good and I just worked out and ate a healthy breakfast and I go somewhere and all of a sudden there's a huge emotional change, like I feel hopeless, I feel like crying, I'll look around to see, I don't know how to put that, like where that energy's coming from, and intuitively they usually guide me to it. And if I can't say something to the person at the time because I don't know their belief system, I'll just close my eyes and say a prayer, or I'll go in the car and say a prayer for them. But it doesn't always, when I get that hit, it doesn't always require communication or a reading, if that makes any sense. Perfect. Well, thank you guys for being here. Kendra, I'm going to do your reading, and then I love this, just taking a break and doing Q&As. So thank you guys for being here. Moderators, thank you for moderating. We're just hanging out today. I call these angel readings, and we're just surrounding ourselves with some good vibes, whether you're receiving a reading or not, just the messages that I'm giving someone else in their reading. Hopefully that's comforting your heart today for something that you might be going through. And if you're kind of shy and you don't, or just private and you'd rather not do a reading on here, you can screenshot this or click here, and I do private readings too, by phone or by Zoom, just to let you guys know. Perfect. Kendra, thank you so much, sweetheart. I'm going to start doing your reading, and I just want to remind people, this is my only account. So if, oh, perfect, Sarah. So if someone is messaging you right now, that's not me. Are spirits ever anxious or just on the living end? Oh, that's a good question too. When in my experience and with the teachers that I've gone to over the years to better my gift, I've always seen in a reading that your loved ones they cross over to the other side, and they are at peace. No one ever needs help crossing over. They have guides, angels, loved ones before them that help them cross over. And then the only thing I have seen for a spirit to be like uneased is if they didn't live the life that they needed to live here. So if someone was abusive or an alcoholic or went MIA or argued with people or were a narcissist, once they cross over and they look at their life, they do a life review. And that's where there's like, I wouldn't say an easing, but they know that they want to heal that, and they know that they want to help the people that they hindered while they were here. Even if they were very stubborn or selfish here, they become a true spirit on the other side, if that makes any sense. So thanks for your questions. It's Lupita. I am going to pull back a little bit from your questions and get ready to do Kendra's reading. So this is where I say thank you guys for being here. Please sit crisscross applesauce as I give Kendra her reading. And like I did with Trish, I will take a break in between. So thank you. So Kendra, are you here? And Kendra, is your dad crossed over? I have a male energy. You're welcome. Thank you. Kendra, are you here, sweetheart? Perfect. Okay, your dad, yes and yes. And then I was going to say, who did you want to hear from today? I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who, what their relationship was to you. And I have to ask you, was it your dad that you wanted to hear from today, sweetie? Yes. Okay. Interesting how he just comes up on his own. And this is totally random, but I'll ask for signs of things. Okay. As a spirit comes through, they'll tell me things about you. They'll tell me things about them. I don't know why I'm smelling fresh cut grass or wheatgrass. I don't know if you just did something with your grass, lawnmower or wheatgrass, but I have to mention everything I see, hear, and feel once I connect with your energy, and I smell that. unless someone's really allergic to grass, or you just said, we need to put in a better lawn, like there was either a conversation about it. This is where I have to play the investigator. Your dad's coming through, I'm smelling grass. This is so funny. And he's also showing me the number 3, so I have to ask, is there the 3rd month of someone's birthday or day of passing? Or did someone have a birthday or day of passing on the 3rd? And can I also ask you, is his mom crossed over? Because he points to himself and then he shows me his mom or mother figure. And this is for Kendra. Yes, okay. Does the grass thing make any sense to you? I smell fresh cut grass. And the only thing I could think of, someone was into landscaping. Okay, as long as it's making sense to you, that's all that matters to me. Like, are we doing wheatgrass shots? Okay, perfect. Hold on one second. And with your dad, did you not get a chance to say goodbye? And are you the only girl in your family? Okay, Lee, thank you. You'll be after Kendra. Thank you, Lee. And Kendra, are you the only girl? Not as, oh, only girl. Oh, not only selfish goodbye. Sorry, only girl. Okay. Not a satisfying goodbye. Okay, that makes sense. And I'm also being drawn to the month of March being someone's birthday or day of passing, because he keeps talking about that and he keeps talking about 3. So if it wasn't the 3rd of a month or March, January, February, March, yep, I'm being drawn to the 3rd. Then he keeps bringing up 3. So it'd be like 3 people in the family. He would talk about that. And then I have to ask you, did he have CPOD? Did he have a problem with his breathing before he passed away, or does someone have asthma? I swear I'm breathing like this. And so this is either him, he's showing me something about himself, his mom, or whoever he's bringing in. And there's also a name like Robbie or Robert. There's an R name that they're bringing up as well. Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry. That would be why he shows me that. Say that again. Did someone sing landslide at his service or something like that? Not sure the name. That's okay. They just keep bringing it up. Can be first name, middle name, last name, but he keeps bringing up R, unless there's a junior, like someone named after him. Go back to the thing, sir, and talk about what you just said, please. Landslide. I keep hearing that song by, when I do readings, I get by Fleetwood Mac. Thank you. How she's like, this song's for you, Daddy. Take this love and I take it down. Climb the mountain and you turn around. Hold on one second. Hold on. My dog's always got like a little hairball. And let me pull back one second. Say the thing that you just said. Go back. Are you, your dad's name was Nolan. That's so funny because my dog's name is Nolan. Okay, thank you. My dog's bothering me while I'm trying to give you this reading. That is amazing. I've never had that happen before. Okay, go back to the thing where you were telling me. Go back to that. Okay, one of the things I have to say that he's making me feel Oh, thank you. One of the things that your dad is making me feel about you is that you've had your share of giving, but not receiving what you've been putting out. Does that make sense? It makes me feel like he doesn't want you to be the doormat, or if you've gone through things lately where you've learned, Delilah, my dog, if you have gone through things lately where you have had to start setting boundaries, but it feels weird to you because you don't like the confrontation, just get in the practice of it. You know that saying, once you start setting boundaries, no one's gonna, yes, okay, no one's gonna have a hard time with that unless they benefit from those boundaries. In other words, you're going through what I call a spiritual awakening. So if you see the numbers 555 a lot, it means buckle your seatbelt. Your whole life is changing, and it's changing for the better. But anytime we're clearing, there's some type of pain that comes with that, because when you let people, you're cautious to let people in, he's telling me, but then when you let them in, you love them hard. He makes me feel like with you, once people are your friend, it's like the mafia. Once they're in, they're in. Do you know what I mean? So whenever I do readings for people like you that have that kind of love, I always say, your strength is that you're loyal. Don't also let it be your weakness. Does that make sense? In other words, don't hang on to something when it's ready to go. And if you don't know when to give up, then I always say, God and angels, without me lifting a finger, show me the true colors of the people around me. And I will either see that someone was lying or deceitful, or I will see that they're actually being sincere and they're trying to work on it. So I can see the true colors and know either way to make my decision from there. But he is making me feel like the things that are happening to you are not a demotion. This is a promotion. Does that make sense to you? You don't like confrontation, but it seems like you're getting used to speaking up for yourself. So good job. He's so proud of you. This is not easy for you because you like to help people in general. Does that make sense? Yeah. No, you're doing a really good job. As I see anything else, I think he's making me feel like you're being harder on yourself. And he makes me also feel like he was like that. So with your dreams or the next step that you're taking, if you feel like you're being like perfectionism, or you're trying to figure out all the ideas, figure out all the ideas before they happen. It's not going to happen that way. Do you know what I mean? And he keeps making me feel like, please don't let fear stop you. Please don't let fear stop you. And I don't know why I see a lion. I don't know what astrological sign that is, but I just saw a lion. I don't know if that means anything to you. And go back to the thing that you just said. And is someone's birthday or day of passing in September? Because I'm also drawn to the 9th. Unless somebody's name is Leo, because like Leo the lion. But I'm going to start doing your cards. Let me see what they're talking about right now. Say the thing that you just said. I don't know what that meant. I swear I was looking right here. I don't know if someone has a procedure that they had where they had to do a skin graft and get something removed, or if they have stitches right here. Or someone's doing a tattoo. I'm so drawn to right here. Need to check the date. That's okay. So as I start doing your cards, I'm asking him if there's anything else that he wants me to tell you. Your daughter has a tattoo there. That would be why I'm seeing that. Okay. Hold on. Do you know somebody named Megan? One of the things that he just said about your daughter, say it again. Say it one more time. Hard on the outside, soft on the inside. But he just made me feel like your daughter is a force to reckon with. Can I say anything else? If I feel like as he crossed over, she can be. As he crossed over and he did a life review, he wished he would have taken more chances and not let fear get in his way, if that makes sense. And do you know a Brian or Ryan here or crossed over? And I'm just going to shuffle the cards to see. And this is totally random, but is someone anemic? Like, do you bruise easy? Sorry, I know those are a lot of questions. Yes, he had regrets. That's how I feel. You know, this is totally random, but did you guys play The Rose at his service or something? Because this is so reminding me of that song, The Rose. And I know there's a handful of people in here that have that as a reference, including some of my moderators. But it reminds me of that song, The Rose. Do you understand? And if you haven't heard the lyrics to that song, I highly suggest it. Okay. Yes, I understand, Dad. You're awesome. You're so awesome. One of the things is he's saying he sees your thoughts, and this also makes me feel like your mind races a lot, if that makes sense to you. So you have racing thoughts. This is a sign of both being like sensitive and intelligence. So whenever I see this for somebody, I know that they usually have insomnia or their minds are racing. Yeah. But he sees your thoughts, and he's wanting you to change your look about yourself. Like, I'm all over the place, or I have insomnia, or I have a lot of anxiety. It's like, I'm very sensitive, and that's my superpower. And I have so many racing thoughts because I'm really smart and I'm good at figuring things out. Like, he wants you to help you change the way that you're talking to yourself. Yeah. And this is the card that I'm seeing. If I would have known differently, I would have done differently. Does that make sense? And he's very much helping you to change those habits that he had. And some of it is like, say it again, the pot that calls the kettle black, because he's like, I'm asking you to do things that I did not do. But don't ever let a person tell you that he's not at peace, because he is. His spirit is at peace. She's laughing. Okay. Yeah. I also feel you're more flexible. I feel kind of stubborn with him. Like, nobody could tell him what to do. And he's so sorry about how frustrating that was, especially for you being his daughter and being intuitive, saying, this is how to fix it. And he's like, don't tell me how to do that. I'm the parent. Do you know what I mean? But he is like, he's like, she's right. I should have just said, like, she's right. So I am, yes, he was the change. I am flexible. Yes, he was in charge. Yep, that's how I feel. And I don't know if he grew up in a military family, but I so feel like how military families, how everything has to be done a certain way, because when you're in the army, it just feels like that. But it does feel like that unless he had OCD. It just feels like so incredibly structured. But he does love you very much. He's trying to help you to change those thoughts, because in reality, you're doing a better job than you think, and you're super talented, sweetheart. You're super talented. So get yourself a vision board of all the women like that have ever invented something, or entrepreneur women, because you have that racing, inventing, fix-it mind for a reason. Does that make sense too when I say that? And I just heard we're not in Kansas anymore, so are you guys from Kansas? Or is there a Wizard of Oz reference? You're welcome. Thank you. Hi, Lady Di. I'm so glad. Kendra, thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you today, sweetheart. Yeah. And if anybody has any questions, like, how does this work? No, but I just moved. Okay. Yes, Venmo. So it's, if you double click right here, it's in the link in my bio. And I think I have one more opening. Hi, KB. So if you're, oh, happy birthday today for your mom. What a super duper cutie. Happy birthday to your mom. Hi, Jenny. And Coco. I'm going to do 2 more readings, you guys. Thank you for being here. Perfect. Thank you for joining us. I might just pop off here really quick and see, somebody mentioned, or actually if somebody's in here that talked about Zelle, I can see Venmo pop up here so I know who's getting a reading that way, but the other forms of payment, for some reason it does not notify me on here. So if you sent a Zelle, if you can let me know, and then I can just pop out and confirm it, or if you were just maybe asking. And I have done these readings where I forget to reiterate that these aren't the only readings I do. Some people are like, I wish you did private readings and not just live, because I'm kind of private or shy and I want a phone reading instead. I do phone readings. So a couple ways you can schedule a phone reading. You can screenshot this little bugger over here if you want to, or you can, let me move this, or you can double click right here and that will take you to my link tree, which will take you to my website. You can do it in different ways. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. And I didn't hear from the person who said that they went by Zelle, but I think I'm going to do Kristen's reading. And if you did pay by Zelle, I'll take a break and see you on here too. Everybody, thanks for coming in right now. Just sit back and relax. If you're not receiving a reading today, just being around this energy is my prayer and my intention to help you guys find some inspiration or some hope today. Just be around some good energy, because this is an amazing group. My moderators are top notch and they're very caring people. So thank you for being here. And I'm also adding that if someone is messaging you at that time, that's not me. Yes, Pokey, a lot of people say that they love listening. And we've also got a lot of people saying your moderators are so sweet. And I could just cry. I'm so grateful for them. I'm so grateful. And they're all Aries. I don't know if Roxanne is too. But we happen to have a lot of Aries. So thank you, Kristen. And before I go any further, when I do readings, I always like to know, can somebody tell me the astrological sign for the lion? Is there a lion according to astrology? And what month is that? I've never seen that in a reading before. And it was a full-on lion's face. So I was like, Leo. Okay, Leo. What month is that? August. August and July. Thank you. Yeah, interesting. Okay, thank you guys. Oh, you guys are so adorable. So I always say, like, this is karaoke time, Trivial Pursuit, and all the others. Yeah, thank you. So I think I'm going to do this this one reading today, and then if anybody pays after this and you want a reading, I can do yours by text, or I can do it tomorrow too. So Kristen, are you in here, sweetheart? And if you want to sit back and relax while I do Kristen's reading, I am going to do a collective reading for everybody with these cards, and that's just my way to thank you for sitting here and having good manners while I give someone else a reading. So I will do a collective reading with these cards at the end for everybody. Hello, Kristen. Thank you. I just wanted to see who you wanted to hear from today. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they are to you. Yes, Lee, you can do that. And I would just do yours via text after, or Lee, screenshot this and then text me, okay? Your dad or your nephew. Okay. Kristen, can I ask you, are you a teacher? You have such teacher counseling energy, if that makes sense to you. No, a nurse. Perfect. So as a nurse, do they always have you train people? Because to me, a teacher is somebody who's like the one who explains things to other people. Yes, you're the manager. I knew it. So one of the things that your dad is making me feel, are you also the first in your family to be this? Or like the first to be a nurse and a manager? Because he just said first. Closed for today, but if you closed it on my live, for my list is closed. But if you screenshot this, I still have openings where I can do it via text, Lisa. So Kristen, so first in your family to do, yeah, first in your family. That's how he put that to me. And do you have a Frank or Francis either here or crossed over? First name, middle name. His first daughter is a teacher, though. That's why he would be, it's just a double message. He just keeps bringing that back to you as well. This is totally random. That's okay. We're just going to put 95% of what I read for you should make sense. Did someone, he keeps showing me John Travolta, so I don't know if his name is John or someone had a cleft chin. Do you know what I'm talking about? And if you're muted, you guys, it's just my moderators do that so I can concentrate on the person I'm giving a reading to, and it will only be like for a minute. Okay, a cleft chin or a dimple. He just keeps showing me John Travolta. I just keep seeing that over and over again. So if it's not somebody who looks like him, and nobody who greased their hair back like John Travolta from Grease, say the other thing, that has to be that he's referring to somebody named John, either here and or crossed over. Sometimes it's people that are related, sometimes it's, I understand, thank you. And sometimes it's people here or crossed over. It's always going to be like that. Hold on 1 second. I keep seeing a boat on a lake or boat in a harbor, so I don't know if this is reference to your nephew or you or where your dad lived, but that is one of the things that they keep showing me over and over again. So it would be like, so no to the John. That's okay. I'm almost smelling like a campfire in a boat by a lake. I just keep seeing this over and over again. So what's going to happen is your dad's going to show me things about you, and then he's going to show me things about his nephew, either things that they did in the past that were their favorite or things that his family has done now. Does your nephew have a sister? And there's no Frank or Francis. That's okay. Just put it to the side. He was a firefighter. That's the smell. Thank you. Yeah. And there's something about a boat reference he just kept showing me. Yes, 3 sisters. Okay, thank you. This is random. Do you have a Tabby cat? Is someone's name like Tabitha? There's like a T-A-B name. That's an interesting name. I've never heard that in readings, but there's always a first. Can I ask you, did your nephew have an action that was part of his passing? Whenever someone comes in and they say, I'm sorry, there's usually something where it's like they had an action that was part of their passing or someone didn't get to them in time. I'm trying to understand what he's talking about when he brings that up. And there's a boat reference. I just keep seeing that. Unless someone just went on a cruise or you guys grew up and there was a lake house where you guys went on these boats, ravine, I just keep seeing that. So 95% of what I talk about during the reading should make sense. The other 5% just put to the side. Oh, yeah. Can't figure out the boat. That's okay. I promise you, let's just let it go, because if we look at it, we're like, oh, so my sister and her husband just got a boat, like kayaking river. It's like, it reminds me of like, there's a movie called Dan in real life, and they rent this house in like Rhode Island. And I just keep seeing the lake with these, show me again, the kayak boats. I just keep seeing that. That's okay. Just put that down. So they're showing me things with you, things with them, things in the past or that just happened. But if I'm smelling the smoke and he was a firefighter, then that's part of it, so I know we're close. Unless someone was in the Navy, but usually they show me a different way to show. Okay, I'm going to go back to your nephew. Did your nephew have an action that was part of his passing? And this is totally random, but does someone have a problem with their rotator cuff or frozen shoulder, you, your sister, or anybody currently in this area right here. Okay. He passed away from a sudden illness. Okay. If I feel that someone is saying like sorry, or the energy's heavy or numb, it's that someone is feeling guilty for his passing. Like if they didn't feel like they did not do enough. Is this making sense to you? And this is totally random, but is someone having problems? You or your sister? Oh my God, rough. Yes, dad had rotator cuff surgery. Yes, and it turned out cancer. I'm telling you. So this is where I go. Those little things that I'm seeing, those mean something. The 5% of what I'm seeing that we don't understand during reading, just put that to the side, because poor guy, it's like on fire. And I don't know if it was his right arm, but I just felt like right here. So see, this is how dad comes through. The shoulder pain was what showed us he had cancer. I understand. Yeah. I'm telling you, there's somebody, say it again. Okay, I'm just going to go for this because I don't understand. Terabithity, Terabitabi, there's a name like that. If somebody has an unusual name that I've never heard, it's kind of like that. Baby. Who's that? Yes. Or Bethany. Bethany? Bethany. Terabithity. I'm going to be open to that. That's okay. And who's Bethany to you? It's a name like Tabrina. I promise you, it's like a tab name, unless somebody has a tabby cat here or crossed over. That's okay. He felt, she's my niece's granddaughter. Okay, as long as this makes sense to you, that's all that matters to me. Okay, he felt so guilty waiting, thinking it was only an injury. I got you. I got you. Hold on one second. Go back to the thing that you just said. Go back there. With your dad or your nephew, did they have something where their illness attacked their kidneys or liver? I'm so being drawn to the intestines area. I know, sweetheart, she doesn't know. I don't know, are you guys from Greece? This is the third time your dad has shown me John Travolta in the movie Grease. So it's like someone looks like John Travolta, someone has a thing, someone's from Greece. Yes, nephew died of GI complications. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Yes. Okay, hold on one second. No, Maryland. Okay. I don't know what the Greece is. I'm like, are you guys related to Olivia Newton-John? Like, what are you guys showing me? Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I promise you it will make sense. This is what happens to people. They're like, oh, I didn't think about that because John's not like, yes, was he a good dancer? Hello? Like, yeah, there's just something about that. It's like John Travolta from Greece. And then I'm smelling like, I'm in my condo, so there's no way I would be able to smell anything like that. And I smell like a fire burning. So if you smell like a campfire, then that's also your dad's sign that he's around. Because he's telling me you don't know the signs from him, and he's trying to show you that. And there is like a Francis or Francine. He just showed me again. Unless someone actually prayed to St. Francis, because he just said Francine, Francis. You're welcome. I'm going to start shoveling your cards. I shoveled snow last week, so this is all fun. You're in good hands. I'm just mumbling on my words. I'm going to start shuffling your cards to see if there's anything else. Was your nephew in elementary school, or did they... Oh, you said you have there's a teacher in your family. Is she in elementary school? Just so you know how kids do their handprints on construction paper. I just kept seeing that right now. Okay, come on, Daddy. Special needs. Okay. So sweet. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. So not fair. We did handprints in the hospital when he passed away. Thank you. Because I was like, come on, show me something. You guys, and is there a Charlie? I just heard, sorry, Charlie. So you guys have to know that that meant so much to him and that he saw everything that you did. So when he crossed over, he did a life review. I can tell you that he was happy to be out of his pain because he didn't have understanding of why that was hurting. But he does make me feel like because the family and the way, not just the family, but the school and the community got together, he felt very loved when he passed away. So you guys have to know that. Yeah, I have a special needs sister too, and I always say it takes a village to raise a special needs child. He smiled when he passed away. We think he saw angels. Special needs kids are angels. I can tell you that right now. So sweet. And I keep hearing that song. Do you know that song? Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long. I don't know why I'm hearing that song, but I love giving people messages, and I'll say anything that I see, hear, and feel. And even, oh my God, Cars was his favorite movie. Do they play that in that movie? That's from Cars. I'm gonna cry. Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long. Well, they are together, you have to know. Dad is so proud of his family and the legacy that he left behind. And one of the things that he's making me feel that he's talking about, you're welcome, is that you guys still keep a lot of the traditions. You bring Dad everywhere. I'm glad you're getting this reading today, but he's making me feel like you already know that he's around you. So this is just more confirmation. Thank you so much. There is like St. Francine. He keeps bringing that up. So just write that to the side. And he is saying life is a series of choices. Choose love. Choose love. He keeps saying that. And it's beautiful where I am. Like he's like, don't worry about me. It is beautiful where I am. And your nephew says he was met with so many loving people. And I have a feeling that a couple of your nephew's friends passed away also, because he's showing me like that. So just know he was, yeah, it's beautiful where I am. And I was greeted by family members on the other side. That's how he shows me. Thank you. And I'm just going to pull back. But there had to be a tabby cat because now I'm smelling a litter box. So you guys have a tabby cat named Sammy. That's the most random thing I've ever heard or ever smelled in a reading is a litter box. I was like, please no, I don't want to smell the litter box. I love that he came through with the car song. Your nephew had an orange cat. Thank you. Was it an orange tabby cat? Was it like striped like a tabby cat? And do you know if it's here or crossed over? I totally forgot that he hated the litter. I could smell it. That's so funny. That's why. Thank you for letting me read for you today. It was a true honor doing that. Know that your dad and your nephew are around you on the other side. They are together, and it's beautiful over there for them. So thank you for the send-off for both of them. You don't need to worry about anything with them. They are watching over all of you, and you guys are doing a really good job. And he keeps saying that when people join your family, it's like the mafia. Once you're in, and you guys are really tight and strong, and you're always going to be like that. That's okay, Sarah. Sarah, screenshot this and then just text me later and we can work out something for you as well. I always want to make sure my energy's good when I do a reading. So I think, Lee, if you paid for a reading, I can either do yours by phone. You're welcome. You're welcome. Or can I do it on here? I can do your reading on here. I'm going to stop with Lee. If you paid for your reading and I wasn't able to do a reading for you today, just go ahead and I will Vmail you. Lee, yeah, Lee Lash. Lee, you want to, yeah. So Lee, you did, and then Sarah's. Okay, so we're good. So Lee, I'm going to go ahead and do your reading right now. And Lee, I know I just did Kristen's reading. Oh, Lee Lachey. Oh, that's so beautiful. So I have to ask Lee, orange cats are tabbies. Thank you. I was like, Tabithia. I'm like, I don't know what he's saying. All orange cats are tabbies. Thank you, Sherry. So Lee, thank you for letting me give you this reading today. Can you please let me know who you want to hear from today? And is it your dad too? This is a dad day, I'm telling you. There will be themes where it's like all grandmothers, all people will want to know from their pets, and then it will be like, you want to hear from mom. Okay. You also have a father figure crossed over, so I have to ask you, is your dad crossed over or is he here? And this is totally random, Lee, but did you ever want to go into, he's here. Did you ever want to go into law? I keep hearing a debater. So I don't know if you were on the debate team or no one can win an argument with you because you will bring the facts, but you have lawyer energy. Are you understanding what I'm talking about? And with mom, I have to ask you, did your mom have cancer? My entire body is aching as she steps forward. Yes, okay. And what a beautiful, she didn't have cancer. Okay, her entire body hurts to me, so she's either gonna bring in herself or bring in someone else, as you saw from the reading before. Yep, we're gonna take care of that. Sepsis, okay. Can I ask you, was she bedridden for a while? Whenever that somebody's body hurts like this, to me so much. And do you have a sister? Can't tell if she's talking about her sister or your sister. When she was in the hospital, but they sedated her. Okay. For me to feel so much pain, I have a feeling you have two sisters. Okay, thank you. I don't know if your mom looks like Whitney Houston or if you and your family members are just really beautiful, like models or something like that. But I keep seeing that. Does that make sense to you when I say that? And with your, yes, I understand. Thank you. And with your mom, is her dad crossed over? Because I do have a male figure coming in with your mom too. And there's still that Franklin name coming around. Yes, you're beautiful too. It's one of the things that I'm hearing. Hold on one second. Your last name starts with F. Thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you so much. Hold on one second. I'm asking for your mom for a specific sign, and one of the things that I just keep seeing are a dark red color. So I don't know if red is your signature color, if that was your mom's signature color. I usually like something different, but I have to take anything that they're showing me. That's her favorite color. Thank you. Because I was like, are you from Nebraska? Are you telling me you're a Cornhusker? But all I could see was red. Red is her favorite color. Okay. Hold on one second. Was there something with her illness where it's like she was sick and then they took her in and then she passed about like 6 months later? Or did she pass on the sixth month? Does that make sense to you when I say that? Because she was like, it was a touch and go thing. It was a touch and go thing. So I feel like I'm going in, everybody's getting ready, and I don't pass away then. And then I feel like I go again, and then I pass. And when I go in the second time to the hospital, or the second time for this issue, I pass very fast. So there's a 1 and then a 2. Does that make sense to you? Yes. Okay. Because sometimes I'm not wording it correctly, so that made sense to you. And there's something about you with your intuition. You're like, Everybody else is like, we don't know if she's going to go this time. Yeah, she went to the hospital 2 times. Yeah. And I don't know if that was on the 6th month or they were 6 months apart, but she's 6 weeks, but she brings that up into it. And there was something about your intuition where you were like, I knew that second time she's not going to make it. Everybody's like, she'd probably come in and back. And because of last time, you're like, no, came home, went back and passed away. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, fast. Does that make sense? And you guys were just gonna, we're getting the attention of other readers and we just block them because it's no problem. If anybody's messaging you, do not take readings from them. Thank you guys. You were 6 months pregnant. Okay, that's why. That's how I'm seeing that. And I usually like something different to give me, say it again. I don't know why you should. Is there somebody who's either going to play professional baseball or is someone into baseball right now? I usually like a different sign from them, but I almost felt like someone, it wasn't just like, yeah, they play t-ball. It was like they could really have a career in baseball. Unless someone's like a huge baseball fan, like Red Sox. I don't know why I saw that, but I have to pay attention to everything that I see. And can I ask you, that's okay, put it to the side. They just keep showing me a batter with a hat and it's a red and white outfit. I just keep seeing that over and over again. So go back to the thing. Where are the Red Sox from, you guys? Boston? Are you guys from Boston? They'll show me it for a reason. I always have to trail it to where it belongs to. And then I have to ask you, Ohio, that's okay. Like the reading before, the 5% just put to the side. Okay. So when your mom crossed over, one of the things that she told me that she wished she would have done differently, is it safe to say that your mom could be very hard-headed or stubborn? Because one of the things I feel that she's making me feel like is that she wished she wasn't so stubborn. And I don't know if you're seeing feathers in unusual places or if or if someone believed in angels actually, like you guys actually believe in angels, but I'm seeing a lot of white feathers. And whenever I see that, I say, look for feathers in unusual places, and that's her way to show you that she's with you guys. Can you show me anything else? Go back to the thing. We had feathers in our couch. Yep. And so that's a sign too. And can I ask you, did your mom or her dad smoke? It was annoying, so many feathers. I'm tasting cigarette smoke in my mouth, unlike when I did Kristen's reading and I started smelling a campfire and her dad was, I smell smoke, like cigarettes though. She smoked, okay. So we don't always like that as a sign. Cigarettes, thank you. We don't always like that as a sign, but if there's no one around and you're just, I will tell her, are you incredibly clean? Because she's like, if her place smells like cigarette smoke, something's up. That would be a sign from her. There's somebody who's like, as soon as I put down my coaster, my drink, there's a coaster, and as soon as I lift up the coaster, someone's like, it reminds me of the dad from my big fat Greek wedding, how he's like putting the Windex on. Someone's incredibly clean, like sterilizing things. Your sister. Okay, that's so funny. So if you were to smell that and nobody's smoking in your place, that's also a sign from your mom. Okay, this is totally random. I don't know if this just happened lately with a straightener or curling iron, if someone just burnt themselves or burnt their, say it again, the bathroom cabinet, but I just keep seeing something like that and then burnt right there, unless she had cigarette stains like but it's in the, say it again, it's in the bathroom, like I can see the imprint of the burn. Okay, go back to the other thing, sweetie. Let's really show them something. And can I ask you, is her mom crossed over too? Yes, okay, thank you. And did someone have like 12 kids in their family, or did someone pass in December? Or is somebody on the 12th? Okay, that's okay. Her mom is here. There's somebody with a big family. Yes, thank you. My grandmother had 10 kids. 10 kids, so there's 12 people in the family. Mom, dad, 10 kids. Thank you. Because I just heard, yes, she's alive. Okay, that would be her reference to that. Because when we said, no, that's not them, say it again. And she's referring to that. I didn't know if they were here or crossed over. I just know she's talking about the 12th, or somebody like with 12 kids or 12 people in their family, and then say the other thing. And then when we're like, no, that's not it, she's like, there was a woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. So that's how I know that they have like a lot of people in the family. Okay. I don't know if someone looked like Whitney Houston or if you guys played a Whitney Houston song, but I cannot stop picturing Whitney Houston in my mind. And again, just write that down, okay? Say anything that you were going to do. Are you selling a house, or do you do real estate? You're singing Whitney Houston. Okay, I feel like I can just see her. Okay, I love that, Lee. I love that. Your sister. Okay, because I just saw a real estate sign. Okay, anything else that you want to tell me, Mama? She became a real estate agent. I love that. Okay, so as I start doing your cards for you and your mom pulls back, I say if there's anything else. Say it one more time. If I could tell you anything about her, one of the things is, as she did a life review and she looked at her life, she feels very young when she passes. To me, young is like anything 65 and under is like too young. Do you know what I mean? But she does say that you were the helper, so she wants to thank you for that. You're either like the coordinator or the helper. So she wants to thank you for that. And this is totally random, but I don't know if someone's like loves mango, or there's, yeah, 30s is too young. I taste mango. So you did. That's why she's saying thank you for being the helper. How do you want to say it one more time? She just makes me feel like as much as you and your sisters have been through, you guys will always turn things around for the betterment of everybody. I just keep seeing that. And this is totally randomly, but I don't know if you've ever considered writing a book or if you're a storyteller, but just know I feel like someone has stories about their relatives, whether you want to just write a book and a story about it and your sister did, and give it to the family. But it just feels like this needs to be talked about, everything that you guys have been through. She's got a lot of admiration for you guys doing the right thing, even though this is not, it's like you haven't been dealt a good deck, but you're doing the best that you can. And she wants to thank you for that. Okay, so I'm going to start doing your cards to see if there's anything else. Yeah. Bittersweet memories, that is all I'm taking with me. The Dolly Parton song, when Whitney Houston sang it, it's in my head when I'm giving you this reading. One of the things that she said, oh, I won't know the password. I wish I could know things like that. For some reason, I was like, did she like a certain kind of flower? But as I do the cards for you, she says she is feeling so much better. She's back to feeling like she likes having no more pain and not feeling dizzy. So I don't know if she couldn't even stand up or she was very weak. And her message to you and your sisters is to believe in yourself. There isn't anything that you can't accomplish once you put your mind to it. I don't know if the password includes a daisy or a rose or a lily, but when I ask for password, that's what I see. So I don't know if she had a favorite flower, but I feel like there's a flower reference to it. Okay, sweetheart, I am pulling back. Just know this is her way of coming through. She has so much admiration for you guys because you're making your life happen. You're making, it's almost like I always say when I meet people like you, it's like you make your pain be your gain, your mess will be your message, and it's always transmuting this like chaotic energy into like helping others. Does that make sense too when I say that? But I do know she's very much at peace now. That's why I think I'm hearing singing. Remember I said I just keep hearing Whitney Houston. I just keep hearing singing. So you're asking, did she hear when I sang? I think that's why I keep hearing. And you said you sing that now? And you always sing Whitney Houston? That's her sign to say yes. And that's the coolest thing is they can hear us even if they're under when we're there. And then when they cross over, they're like, I heard you. I heard everything that you said to me. I was right there. Thank you so much for letting me give you this reading, Lee. She's very much around you guys, and look for those feathers. And whenever I see like 444 and feathers, I always say you have a life purpose here, and it's going to help out your community, and it's going to help others. Yeah, thank you, Lee. And thank you everybody for tuning in today. I did promise a collective reading, and I'm going to do that right now. Do you guys have any like questions or anything like that? I think some of you wanted a private reading. I am going to save some of my energy to be able to do that later on today. Hi Sherry, how are you, honey? I'm just fixing my cards. You're coming just at the right, you're coming at the right time. I love that you guys help me with things. I'm like, Tabby cat. And she was like, oh, he had an orange cat, and all orange cats are tabbies. I'm like, thank you. I was like, I don't know why I'm smelling a litter box during someone's reading. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. Screenshot this. If you would like a private reading, you can go ahead and message me via text, and I can, oh, you read my book, Cheetah? I'm so glad. Yeah, let me mention that. So I have a book, it's on Amazon, it's called I Am Home. So if you like this kind of thing and you're wondering, am I a medium? I'd like to read more about readings that you've done. Yes, it's on Amazon. Thank you so much. Thank you. And if you're looking for children's books and you want to cuddle up with your little kids like I did, we'd have bath time. We grab a book. I wrote this book called it's not called I Am Home. It's called The Night the Moon Was Hiding. And it has me, my kids, and our little dog on there. And I just love writing and I love creating. And I've wanted to be a writer since I was 5 years old. I just didn't believe in myself. And it took a yucky divorce for me to say, I'm going to make my dreams come true. And I'm going to start writing. And that's what I did. And like I shared with you guys before, I'll see like, oh, you should write a book. And then I started feeling like a hypocrite because I was seeing things in your guys' reading that I wasn't doing. So I always say, if I say follow your dreams, then I have to do that too in order to be an authentic reader. Does that make sense? So this is on Amazon as well. It's one of my favorites. So I am going to do, oh, thank you, Pokey. Thank you. I'm going to do a collective, or it's Nanette, right? I'm going to do a collective reading. I want to thank the moderators for being here. If you're, oh, thank you. Thank you, Roxanne. I'm going to do a collective reading. If you haven't followed the moderators, please do. Moderators, can you take a chance to say hi? Hi, Tammy. Roxanne is a moderator. Jenny's a moderator. Kim and Linda. And I could not do these readings without them holding space and answering the questions as they arise. So thank you guys so much. I am truly blessed to have such a good group. And Every time I do a live and I get off here, someone messages me and says, thank you so much for your moderators. They're so sweet. They're so kind. And so I feel so lucky. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to do some cards for the collective. These are not my cards. These are Talking to Heaven cards. Such a calm, easy room. Yes. We need that, right? And Linda and Ash. Yes. Yay, mods. Okay. So we'll move this little thing to the side. God and angels, I have a collective group. What do you want me to tell? Yes, a lot of you had spent the earlier part of your life nurturing others and taking care of others. And I just keep hearing, this is your time. Do you know that song where it goes, this is it, make no mistakes where you are. The journey is over, whatever it is. I just keep hearing that. It is time. It is time to start following dreams. Time's not running out. You don't have to be anxious about it. But if it's something that you have a repetitive thought, like I should invent a broom, I should do art, I should have a book, and you're not moving forward, just move where you can and let God and the universe follow it from there. But if you're going to stop and overthink it, you're never going to be able to figure out how beautiful it's going to turn out. Okay? So Caitlin always says, scared is what I am, brave is what I'm doing. So you'll never just wake up with the energy like, oh, I'm not afraid anymore. The fear dissipates by you doing that thing, if that makes any sense. And I just heard, if anybody just left you, that was just part of the clearing. Is once you set your intention for good things to happen, habits and people who no longer serve that purpose end up not being in your life anymore. And I know how hard that is because I've had to shed that too. But if you're just open and let go, you're going to be good. Oh, I love these cards. I love this. Good job, angels. So whenever I see cards like this, my death was painless. Please don't worry. So many of us have had guilt about people passing away if we weren't there in time, if we didn't do enough. They would want you to let go of that, even if they were crabby and complaining about the way that you cared for them when they were here. When they cross over, they don't remember any of that. So please let that go. A lot of you did more than other family members, and you never got the thing that you deserve. And you're still taking care of family members even after these people have crossed over and you're not getting thanked for it. They're saying thank you. It's beautiful where they are. No spirit is ever caught in the in-between. We come from this loving source. I don't define that for you. Some people call it God, heaven, the universe, but it is a loving source. And then we come to this planet to exchange, have relationships, and then we all go back there. So it is very beautiful where they are. Don't worry about them so much in their spirits. They are at peace. And this one too is not your fault. If you didn't get to say goodbye or send them off the way that you wanted to, or if you felt like you couldn't do enough to comfort them, they would want you to let that go. And also, they say, I watch over you every day. So when spirits cross over and they make it to the other side, they are now your helpers to help you where they couldn't help anymore because of their illness, or if they had certain things with their personality where they were stubborn here, they transfer that, they regress back to their original source, which is 100% unconditional love, and they want to be here for you. So whenever I see cards like this, I always say, if they say a message like this, then look at things in the shape of hearts, whether it's a sticker or a song that has the word heart in it, and just know this is their way of reaching out to you. Thank you guys again, and moderators, you are the bomb. This is so much fun. I have yet to have done my end of the year moderator party like I did last year, but keep in touch with me, moderators, as I'm going to put it together for February or March, and it's going to be Zoom for the moderators. Oh, and before I forget, some of you want to attend a Zoom class. I'm having one in February. If you double click here, you'll be able to see. Hi, Lynn. Thank you for joining us. I love the dragonfly, as that's a sign from my mom, and it's purple, which is her color. thank you guys for being here. I am going to get going. I'm so grateful for all of you. Roxanne, Linda, Jenny, and Kim, thank you again for everything that you guys do. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you, Sherry. Good night, everybody. Good night. I'm so grateful for all of you. Take care. What a dynamic group.